Stop 1. Historic Overview.
Hello and welcome to the Franklin Historic Park Cell Phone Tour. This is Thomas Flegel, author of the History Buff's Guide to the Civil War. Before you begin your tour, a little background is needed to understand the significance of the Battle of Franklin and its impact on this region. The Battle of Franklin occurred on November 30th, 1864, and marked the beginning of the end of the Civil War. Franklin was the last major attack ever conducted by the Confederacy, and one of the largest and deadliest frontal assaults of the entire conflict. Nearly the same number of American soldiers died here as were killed at Normandy on D-Day in June 1944. Because of its historic importance, the city of Franklin and several preservation groups have reclaimed and protected the sites that you will see today. As you tour the area, keep in mind that Franklin was relatively small back then, and most of the surrounding countryside consisted of open fields and pasture lands. The town's population was less than 1,000 people. When you go through downtown, you will cross Margin Street several times. This street was so named because it marked the outside edge of the town itself. The war was not kind to this place. Since 1862, the Union and Confederacy fought bitterly to hold it, because it stood on the key highway and railroad that led to Nashville, one of the largest transportation, manufacturing, and supply centers in the whole South. As a result, Tennessee saw more action than any other state except Virginia. Williamson County alone witnessed over 200 military engagements, large and small. Foraging and fighting caused widespread destruction, and Franklin itself changed hands several times. In 1864, the town would become a target once again, as Confederate Lieutenant General John Bell Hood tried one last desperate attempt to retake Nashville and to save his dying nation. Union Major General John Schofield, a former classmate of Hood's at West Point, was here to stop him. Our story begins with the fall of Atlanta, Georgia in September 1864. After months of fierce combat, the Union Army captured the metropolis and held on tight. After several costly attacks, Hood and his exhausted forces realized they could not fight the occupying army head-on, so they looked to cut the Union's vital supply lines. By early November 1864, they had marched west to Alabama and then north into Middle Tennessee, heading straight for the Federal supply lines of Nashville. Racing to beat him to the capital city and to help defend the Federal garrison there was Schofield. After hundreds of miles of marching, many skirmishes and near misses, through rain, ice storms, and hunger, the two armies would come face to face at our first stop, Winstead Hill. Proceed to Winstead Hill Park, 4023 Columbia Pike, 2 miles south of downtown on Highway 31.